I know Jenna, Wilds, Broussard's waiting for the answer in this. America, is Nick going to be concerned? And the answer is, as I straighten and fix my tie, the answer is this. I am incredibly concerned. I am very concerned that the Chiefs will lose every game they play where they lose the turnover battle by 4. I don't think they can win. Now, they almost won yesterday despite losing it by 4. And you can see in the graphic we're about to show you, it's almost an impossibility to win NFL games if you're -4 in the turnover differential. That's a 5% win percentage on average over NFL history. So, if the Chiefs are going to continue to turn the ball over on 3 consecutive possessions to open a game, right after last week, they lost the game by turning the ball over on their final possession, yes, they're in trouble. However, I do not think that is going to happen. And so the reason, Broussard, I'm not concerned, I am in fact encouraged. And in fact, I think football fans and America as a whole are going to, at the end of this season, owe the Chiefs a debt of gratitude. Because this is the epiphany I had last night. The Chiefs are forcing the NFL to evolve. And by that I mean, how did the Chiefs lose in week 2 and week 3? Teams did something that up to this point in NFL history would have been unthinkable. The Ravens went for a 4th down in their own territory with the lead in the final 2 minutes, because they understand possession is more important than field position. Last night, Broussard, or yesterday afternoon, you were sitting right next to me on my couch, and both of us were, dare I say, gobsmacked. Are the Chargers going for this 4th and 4? And then they get a penalty. And it's like they're still going for it on 4th and 9 in a tie game with 2 minutes left, which, by the way, is the smart thing, is the right move. But the fear of Kansas City's offense, the fear of Patrick Mahomes, is forcing teams into uncomfortable situations, which will make the league as a whole better. I will be worried about the Chiefs when their opponents stop treating them like the monster hiding under the bed. I will be worried about the Chiefs when their opponents stop making decisions against them that they wouldn't make against any other team in the league. Because the Ravens are not going for that 4th down, and the Chargers sure as hell are not going for a 4th and 9 with a minute left in a tie game in field goal range against anyone but Kansas City. So much like on Friday, Wilds, as I said, Leo in The Departed, my hand does not shake.
Yeah.
Broussard, I am not concerned in the least, because I don't think another 4 turnover game's coming, and the league's getting smarter thanks to fear of Patrick Mahomes.
Well done.
That was great.
Nick,
thanks.
that was
Fantastic.
excellent. I mean,
Really good.
what a spin.
Bravo.
What a spin.
Spin.
You put on a brave face. Here's the
stationary.
problem, and you just mentioned it. I was sitting next to you yesterday, watching all the games.
Yeah.
And America, don't be fooled. I got to, Nick, I'm sorry. I don't know if it was off the record or not.
Okay.
But Nick Wright was despondent yesterday after the Chiefs lost. And I got to be honest, it got a little bit uncomfortable. Okay? I mean, he stopped talking. He's going for long walks with his dogs. No lie. I'm not making that up. I think his beer intake increased. I mean, I didn't know whether I should leave him alone, leave the house and just let him, give him some space, or should I just hug him and hold him for the rest of the afternoon? It was awkward, okay? It was awkward. So I know Nick is concerned, all right? But look, I will say this. I'm not as emotionally attached to the Chiefs as Nick is, but I did pick them to win the Super Bowl in our preseason picks. And I'm not jumping off that bandwagon yet. There's still so long to be seasoned. Dare I say relax, Aaron Rodgers? I mean, we got a long way to go, okay? However, there are some reasons for concern, Wilds. Number one, the offense, and I love Pat Mahomes, but he's got some Steph Curry in him. Little carelessness, little recklessness.
Yes.
The no-look pass It should have been caught. The first interception that may have set a tone for the game, right? Because they were going to score on that drive. It should have been caught by the receiver. However, it was a little behind him, and there was no reason for the no look. You could have, the receiver was so wide open, Mahomes was so in the clear that you could have just stared him right down, and that would have told the receiver you're coming to him, and he probably makes the catch. All right, so the carelessness is, it's a little bit of a concern. You got to reel that in a little bit. All right, the recklessness. They've got 6 turnovers as a team. Only 3 teams in the league have more turnovers thus far. And 2 of them start rookie quarterbacks, Jacksonville and the Jets, and have first-year head coaches. All right, then the big thing, though, is the defense. Their defense is atrocious, period. It's worse than I thought it was. They're at the bottom of the league with winless Detroit in points allowed, almost 32 per game. We knew they couldn't stop the run, but alas, yesterday they did stop the run. And then the pass defense was a wreck. Justin Herbert's had a field day with them. So they can't stop the run, they can't stop the pass. And let me say this, Nick, finally. The 4th and 9. First it was a 4th and 4. Then the Chargers, as they're apt to do, had a penalty, of course, made it 4th and 9. And they still went for it with 48 seconds left when they could have kicked the field goal and taken the lead. Yeah. Yes, some of that, Nick, was out of respect for Mahomes. But some of it was also out of disrespect for the Chiefs' defense. Yeah, you're darn right they're not doing it against any other team except maybe Motown because they know the Chiefs can't stop you. Okay. And now Pat Mahomes has to be Superman every single possession. Every single well,
still waiting on a replay of that, by the way, CBS. Still waiting on a replay. Tony Romo, he can predict plays, but God forbid we get a replay on the game-changing penalty. I mean, what are you doing, CBS? All right, go ahead, Wild. Sorry. I'm still waiting for a replay. Look, just the game-changing defensive pass interference. Still waiting for it. But go ahead, Wild. Sorry.
Okay. Look, hey, do you think that we're up here trying to hurt your feelings, Nick? Or do you think that we're all just like a family on TV caring for each other? Because on Friday, I said, hey, I tried to give you a warning. I said, buddy, it's an upset alert. And you called me, I'm going to look it up, a doofus. A doofus on that. And I said, you know what? I will take that because I still thought that it registered with you. You said you weren't worried about the defense. The defense didn't show up. You said you weren't worried about Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert showed up through 4 touchdowns. The biggest issue for you, and this is your guy here, but I need to see the real Patrick Mahomes play. Because the Patrick Mahomes that we know and love on this show, although we try to make fun of you, we like Patrick Mahomes, takes care of the ball. But right now, we say, is that Patrick Mahomes? He's like, nah, fam, just a local sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. I need the real Patrick Mahomes. The Patrick are he needs to play free. This is too free. As Broussard said, this no-look pass was for no one except a guy cutting highlights. This will be cool. The in-the-grass pass that he had last week wasn't great. That was a pass that he should have had. And the later interception that he had. So he needs to take care of the ball. And to your point about teams are doing stuff to beat the Chiefs, that's what the Super Bowl hangover is. Teams play up because they know a win against you is not just a normal win. That's why all those Super Bowl teams, 10 of the last 20 teams to lose the Super Bowl, didn't make the playoffs. It's not all self-inflicted. Some of it is your opponents get up, which is what you're seeing. So should you be a little bit concerned? Yeah, you're in last place. So, last place, not good.
Okay, let me just, I get it. Last place, I get it. It's somewhat reductive, but that's fine. But let me just respond quickly to both the Wilds and Broussard, and then we'll move on. I thought yesterday was one of the worst games Patrick Mahomes has played in a couple years, okay? So he doesn't escape this. I thought Mahomes, I disagree with you guys on the no-look pass. The reason he was wide open is because Mahomes never looked at him. This idea that where the quarterback's eyes are looking has nothing to do with where defenders go is silly, and that pass on the money, but it was to their 6th option on the team. He screwed that up. But aside from that, Mahomes didn't play well. The interception was bad. He had some misses to Kelsey. Mahomes didn't play well. So Mahomes allowed a bad game. He had a bad game. to Broussard's point, and then we'll move on. Broussard is correct. I was very upset yesterday in the moment, which is why I told America I had the epiphany late last night. It was long after Broussard had left my house, and I was watching it. I'll tell you the moment it happened. The moment it happened. The very final play of the first half of Packers-Niners. When you see the Niners, there's 2 seconds left. Oh, you got to take the points. They're like, no, we're going for a touchdown. You know why? Because we're scared of Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, oh, light bulb moment. That's exactly what's been happening to the Chiefs. Out of fear of the quarterback, the other team does analytically correct, aggressive things. So when the league is smarter and we're not punting on 4th and 1 and we're going for on 4th downs, everyone can write thank you notes to Patrick Mahomes. They can send him to Foot Action where he works on the weekends for the employee discount. But until then, all have to be sated with the relief that I know at least we are moving the sport forward, Jenna. Now, it took a couple losses. That sucks, but we'll be fine.
Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.